So now we need to take directional input from the user repeatedly. And so what we're going to use is ASDF as our movement keys. And yeah, so we're right over here, right? We've created the objects, we generated the map, we filled the map with objects, and now we need to like run our game. So how do you run the game? Well, you have a while loop going on forever. So we'll say while true, lowercase true, right? Then do stuff, right? And so every video game that you have ever played, yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about that. Yeah, pretty much every video game that you've ever played, yeah, I think I can stand by that, on the computer was made up of a while loop, right? And so you had a while loop that runs forever, and inside of the while loop you're doing stuff. So for instance, if you're playing a chess game, right, you have a while loop that runs forever, the computer goes, right, so there's an algorithm for the computer running his move, and then you run your move, right, and it comes back up, computer runs his move, you run your move, right, so you keep doing that. And you might also have like a check win, right, function going on right here, right, so computer moves, you move, check win, computer moves, you move, check win. So that's the way that goes. And if you play like a first person shooter game, the same thing, right, if the user is pressing W on the keyboard, that means he's moving forward, which means his like position on the map is incremented. So we increment the position, no, we read in input from the user, increment his position, his instance variable that represents his position on the map, and then we make adjustments to the, you know, visual representation of the game, and then we come back into the while loop and do it again, right? So that's what's going on in all these video games. So yeah, what do we want to do here? Well, the first thing we want to do is take input from the user, right? Take input from the user, and then we probably want to like check if touching anything, right? Potion, sword, monster, and then probably want to interact, right? So like if touching something, interact with that thing, whether it's a monster and you run the fighting system, or it's a potion and you add it to your array list of items, right, in the hero. You interact, and then you come to the bottom of the while loop and you do that again, right, and again and again and again. So the first step would be to take input from the user. So how are we going to do that? Well, we'll have a scanner object, right? Probably do KB reader is equal to next line, right? Something like that. I'm not sure if the syntax is correct there. And yeah, we probably want to check it, right? So say if is equal to A, then do this, right? Else if it's equal to W, then do this, right? And so on. So yeah, so that's kind of what we want to do here. And at the moment, you should just be taking in input from the reader. Taking in input from the user. Right? Later, as we move forward, we'll go ahead and make sure we have adjustments that make sense, like moving the hero in the right location, error checking, and also printing out the map so the user can see where he's moving on the screen.